What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to effectively start a phone flipping or a phone reselling business. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of be jumping in. I'm going to give you guys three things that we need to focus on the most when it comes to starting a business, just like a phone flipping business. Okay, so before we get started, though, if you guys really would you guys give me a like, a subscribe, and please hit that notification bell. I try to post 5 days a week. I think I actually post a little bit more than that because I get some throughout the week. But follow me. I really appreciate it. It helps YouTube algorithm. Leave me a comment on what other topics you guys would like to hear about too. So let's get started. So how do you start a phone flipping business? So guys, we need to focus on three parts of this. Okay, so the first one is going to be posting ads. Number one is posting ads. Number two, we need to appraise the item. So what does appraise mean? So appraising is figuring out the value of something when it sells, okay? So that way we can figure out what the offer will be for the device that we want to buy. And then we have to negotiate. So we have to communicate the price with the customer. We might have to talk them down a little bit, that kind of stuff. So posting ads, appraisals, negotiation, okay? So the most important part of this entire thing, though, is posting ads. That's number one. All right. So let's rock and roll. I'm going to show you guys how to post an ad right now. We're going to go to Craigslist, and we're also going to go to Facebook groups. And this is where we're going to start. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's start off with Craigslist. So you guys can see here, this is what an ad looks like for Craigslist. So this one is specifically for MacBooks, but it can, all you have to do is put a phone photo here, right? And I'm going to give you guys some photos for some devices in the description below. So check those out. So pretty much what we're wanting to do here, though, is we're posting an ad saying wanted to buy your phones and electronics as is today on the spot. Now, one thing I do want to tell you guys is whenever we buy phones, I buy them used, damaged, and broken. Simply because I'll be honest with you guys, broken devices, actually, I make a lot more off of those. I also get a lot more of them than I do the used and damaged or the used and new devices. Okay. So we're going to, you want to post an ad just like this in Craigslist. So the way that you do that, let's go to here. You're going to want to create a Craigslist account. And then you're going to want to go up here. You're going to want to go to create a posting. And then we're going to do wanted by owner. I'm going to put something in here. All right. And we're going to do paying cash for iPhones. Let's just do that. Let's put 500 in here, just an arbitrary number. And then we want to put in the city. And then looking to buy smartphones and electronics and paying cash. All right, so it's something really simple. You guys can put the types of models that you want to buy here. I do recommend buying iPhone. I buy iPhone 8 Plus and newer these days when it comes to iPhones. Then you're going to go here. You're going to type good for the condition. You're going to go to show phone number, text, right? And then you put your phone number in here. Okay, just like that. I'm going to go here. Oh, yeah, and then put your email address as well. So we'll put this one for right now. And your contact name, mine's Chris. Continue. All right, then you're going to make sure that you put the right zip code in so that it can find you. So this one. And then we're going to continue. Oh, right. I'm going to do Galveston. Make sure you get the right area. Then we're going to add an image. So let's add an image real quick. Let's see here. What image do we want to add? Yeah, we'll use this one. This is a broken phone. Beautiful. Just like that. And that is how you post an ad, guys. You'll press publish here, and then it'll show up in a couple of hours. And that's how you post a Craigslist ad. So this is the first part of starting a phone flipping business, is posting ads. Okay. Now let's go to Facebook. So let's head over to Facebook. And that was me getting a photo of David. So let's go to Facebook groups. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do is type in buy, sell, trade, groups near me. And then you're gonna wanna join at least 5 to 10 Facebook groups. As you can see, there's some that I'm in here. So we'll click in here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to discussion. And then you're going to type something similar to looking to buy iPhone, looking to buy used, damaged, and then we'll go down here, iPhone X and newer. You can also do 8 and newer, whatever you want to do. Newer, Samsungs, just like that. You can even bold it if you want to, make it look cool, make it look big, do different things here, right? Then you're going to want to grab a photo. So let's grab another photo. Find a good photo here. We'll do this. Maybe not that one. Let's do a different one. Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to post an ad very similar to this in 5 different groups. Now, one thing I do want to point out is you need to use a different photo for every group that you post in. Otherwise, it will be marked as spam, and you don't want to be marked as spam. Okay. So go and post some photos, some ads in groups and on Craigslist, and you should start getting messages either from Craigslist or the groups or some comments on Facebook within the next day or 2. Okay. There is another way to start ads if you do have some money. I'm not going to go through a whole walkthrough on this, but you can do paid Facebook ads. This is where I run Facebook ads, very similar to this. So if we open this up, these run 24/7 all the time. I do have a full training on this on my YouTube channel. You guys can check that out. But as you guys can see, this is what a Facebook ad looks like. These run 24/7 for me. This is actually the only thing that I use nowadays. So because they're automated and they're great. So there's that. And then, so now let's say we got a message, right? Let's say somebody has messaged us about a device. Let's say it's a iPhone 11 Pro Max and it's got a cracked screen. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to eBay. Actually, I'm going to show you guys an easier way to appraise something like this. I'm going to give you guys this price list. This is the New York City phone buyer price list. Okay. So let me refresh this, make sure the prices are up to date. And I'm going to give you guys the easiest way to appraise phones right now. Okay, this is the New York City phone buyer price list. And you can find prices for used, damaged, and broken devices on here. And this is what they pay. Okay, so let's just say we got an iPhone 11 Pro Max cracked screen with T-Mobile. Okay, so the way we would appraise that is we want to find the iPhone 11 Pro Max, 64 gigabyte, carrier locked, which means it's locked to a carrier. If it's T-Mobile, if it's Sprint, if it's whatever, right? If it's unlocked, that means it's unlocked for any carrier, which also means it's worth more, okay? But for this one, we're going to use the iPhone 11 Pro Max, 64 gigabyte, carrier locked. And then what we want to do is we want to go to C grade. So C means cracked, okay, or heavy wear. And we're seeing that this device is selling for about $240 to them. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to offer about $100 less. So we would offer around, about 130. So we make around $100 in profit off of this device. Now, one thing that I want you guys to understand here is this company, New York City Phone Buyer, also has to make money. Right? So they buy at a lower price so they can either fix or they can sell on places like SwapUp. The reason for this, the reason their prices are a little bit lower than what eBay might be paying is simply for this. Okay. So if we actually go to eBay, we can see exactly what this device is selling for. So iPhone 11 Pro Max, let's do cracked, and then T-Mobile. Let's just put that in. And this is how you appraise on eBay. I also have an appraisal calculator that I will link in the comments for you guys, or in the description for you guys. That way you guys can see. So one thing we want to make sure of is over here on the filter that everything, it's buy it now. And it is sold items and completed items. Okay, so now we want to find 3 apples to apples comparisons on what this device is going to sell for. So this one is unlocked, so we don't want this one. Let's do network locked as well on this. Did put, yeah, network lock. Okay, so this one right here, iPhone 11 Pro Max, T-Mobile, clean IMEI, cracked front and back, tested works. This one sold for $380. And this sold on the 15th, which was 5 days ago. Here's another one. T-Mobile, clean IMEI, cracked front and back, tested work. So 380. Oh, this is the same phone. So we got one here. This is 256. So we don't need that one. Here's another one. This is the same phone again. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. This one's good. So this one's 324. This one, this is an unlocked one, so we don't want to use that. This one is blacklisted and unlocked, so not a good comparison. This one's not a good comparison. Here's a good comparison. This one's not too bad. So this one was 300. And so it's pretty safe to say that this device is going to sell for about $300, in my opinion. You guys can use my calculator, find 3 apples to apples comparisons that are around the same price, which I'm thinking is around 300. There's not a whole lot. I mean, this one was 324. Then there was one down here that was 300. So I'm going to stay on the 300 side. And that's what I would offer. But notice, if we go back to the New York City phone buyer, they're offering 240 for it. Now, the reason I say to use this direct buyer sheet to appraise items so that you can make your offer is simply because you are guaranteed to know that the device is going to sell more than what is shown on this sheet. The reason for this is because they have to make money, right? So it's really important I recommend appraising off of this sheet so that you know that you're not buying a overpriced phone, okay? Now, I do want to go over this a little bit. Grade A pretty much doesn't exist, so unless it's a brand new phone. So never appraise off of grade A. Used is always grade B. Cracked is obviously C. Bad LCD, which means there's black spots and stuff in the screen. Bad Face ID, that would be the price for that. And then they have some deductions and stuff over here as well. Okay, so it's quite a few different, this makes it a lot easier to appraise devices. So I recommend using this. I'll link it for you guys in the description. That way you guys can use that. So use this to make an offer on devices, okay? And then the last part, guys, is negotiation. So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen because negotiation, whenever we're talking about it, it's a little different. I want you guys to understand that when you're talking to people through Messenger or another messaging platform, you're only gonna close about 10 to 20% of the devices, okay? So that means you need to get, a good amount of leads per day to outweigh the percentage-wise on the negotiation. But if you take phone calls, your percentage of closing can go up to 50% or higher, simply because you can explain to a customer better on the negotiation side why you can't pay a certain price. One thing I always like to do is I always blame the market. I always blame a third party for why I can't buy something at a certain price, because a lot of times the customer will not understand why you can't pay what they paid for their phone. You're going to see that a lot, especially in your new phone flipping business, and it's going to be a little frustrating. Okay, so you have to explain to them that items depreciate, they lose value over time, just like cars and stuff like that, right? And that if their item is damaged, it's worth less, and different things like that. Stuff you have to explain to them. One thing that I always like to abide by is the go for no, right? The more offers you make, the more money you will make, right? So if you can make more offers, this is something I learned from a mentor of mine. The amount of money you make is directly correlated with how many offers you make in a day. Okay, so that's how it comes. That's what happens with negotiation. So it's all about percentages, and there's no real like. I I mean, we do have a script in my program and stuff, but really when it comes down to it, guys, it's just talking to as many people as possible and getting them to understand their device is typically not worth what they think it's worth. And then kind of going from there. A lot of the times, guys, I'll just tell people, hey, I buy and resell for a living. I do have to make a profit in this business. And guys, a lot of people will understand that. If you just tell the truth, a lot of people will understand that. So that's how you start a phone flipping business, guys. Post some ads, get to the New York City phone buyer price sheet to accurately appraise devices, and then negotiate with the people. So have conversations with people, and that's how you start your very first phone flipping reselling business. All right, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see more videos on, and I will see you guys in the next video.